Hey everybody, what's up, and welcome back to more JoshL5 at last. That's right, we are going to be finishing up the set now that it has been re-released at 100 levels. And hopefully this will be the final release. I'm guessing Josh may make some changes, but if they're pretty minor, you know, and if he doesn't replace entire levels or anything like that, I won't be re-recording anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and play the levels that have been introduced into this set. Now, I've taken a quick look at the editor just because I wanted to get an idea of what we had to deal with and how I was going to record all these videos, because these have been interdispersed throughout the set. And Tile World here, at least this old version that I'm using, automatically picks the lowest level that you haven't solved to start things off on when you load a set. So, you remember all this stuff. We did all this earlier in the Let's Play. Well, level 23, titled Mud Pit, is the first level that we haven't solved because it just got inserted into this spot. So we're going to start things off with this level. And we're going to die in the process, too. So yay for dying. Anyway, this level I've actually played already. It was in Josh's Best Of set, JCCLP. And that set was submitted for inclusion in CCLP 1, and this level happened to be one of the levels that was submitted in time for the submission deadlines, so that's cool. And I'm just going to try to kill off these teeth here as much as possible. I don't think I need them for anything. Let me just get a good look around here. At least if this is symmetrical, I don't think I need them for anything, but we'll see. At the very least, we've got bombs, and if those run out, then we've got the water, so we're pretty much all covered. Okay, I'm just gonna go around here. Yeah. I didn't touch any of the recessed walls that actually had to do with the doors that we have to go through, so that's good. And I don't even need to release those guys. Those guys are, yeah, I mean, that's pointless. This one I do, or I can just keep them down there, but anyway, I'm not going to use all 4 keys. I don't know if there's a thing at the end where I need the last key, or if I can just use all of them, but whoa, 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 okay, let's kill you. There we go. Yeah. Let's go get this, and then go through. Okay, we didn't need the other 3 keys. Okay. Well, cool, we got extra stuff, which is awesome. Okay, so the next level that we need to solve is level 31, Survival Skills. And, whoops, I just turned the volume off. Okay. This level was also part of JCCLP. I remember this one, and I also remember that there was an extra block in this level. The blocks are holding down the trap buttons right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the chips then before something changes. Really, it just had to go right when I was running across. I mean, I was thinking like, maybe I should wait, but you know, I didn't see the ball approaching the tank button, so I'm not gonna do that. And you know what? I'm just gonna run over those. So yeah, I was like, it's safe. You know, who cares? But can't ever be too careful. I gotta remember that. And anyway, this level is basically just a simple monster dodging type thing. Pretty good stuff. I do like this tank that's roaming around. It kind of reminds me of that CCLP2 level. It's the one with the tanks. Patrolled, I think was the name. That was risky right there, but we made it. So, what's been going on in my life lately? Because, okay, I'm not going to lie. Chip's Challenge Let's Plays, I feel like I can talk more about personal stuff here because, I mean, I know how to play this game. I mean, I don't need to explain to you guys what this game's all about. I mean, we've already gotten familiar with it and all that, and I just totally did a partial post. Whoa, that was close. So, I mean, it's pretty easy to do this. It's not, you know, anything laborious, even though sometimes the levels can be tedious. You know, it's pretty easy stuff. So, I'll talk about some personal stuff here. So, let's see, in my life, we've had... Oh, yeah, yesterday, I went to go see Guardians of the Galaxy. If you have not seen that movie yet, oh, man. You need to go stop whatever you're doing, which I guess is watching this Let's Play, and watch it. It is fantastic. It is hilarious. It is seriously like one of the best movies I've seen in a while. Like, they got so much stuff right, and it was so much fun to watch. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Let's see, Out of Order is the next level, and I'm going to... yeah, I'm going to leave that down. I think if I remember this level right, and I do remember this was in CCLP1 voting, and it actually did pretty well. It kind of lost steam toward the end of voting, but it did pretty well for a while, and I just messed that up. Oops. Try again. But yeah, for a while it was doing quite a bit better than most of the other levels in its own pack, which was pretty cool. But yeah, the basis of this level is that you have to do things in the proper order, and you can't get everything. I think the main thing you have to watch out for are these blue keys, because there's a blue door trap thing, kind of akin to like Motion Blur and Zelgon's Lair from CCLP3, so I'm just going to be really careful with what I pick up here. Okay, I can get at least 4 more, so I'm going to get 4 more. I can get at least 5 more, so I'll get 5 more. And I need 1 more. Okay, so I need 1 more. Alright, so at least we were careful, and now we got the suction boot, so we can get all the other stuff. This would have been a cool level to have in CCLP1. Like, it teaches the whole don't get too greedy concept really well. And here all we need to do is just get you guys down to the bomb spot over there. And... okay, I see what I have to do here. I have to go all the way back to the start and go through the sockets to get to the button. If there's one thing that Josh is really good at doing, it's like going back to familiar places under a completely different context and with a different objective and with a different route, like this. Which is cool. That was a fun level. Let's see, the next level is Pop-Up Blocks, which I have not played yet, because this level was submitted after the submission period for CCLP1, so I told Josh that I would look at those levels later on, but now I'm getting around to fulfilling that promise, so yay! Sorry it took so long, Josh. Is there? Yeah, there is a chip down there, okay. So this level, I think, is pretty easy. You just have to go around and open up all these doors and stuff, and you get a different color key in each room than the color lock that's in it. So you just have to be careful and not waste all your pop-up walls. This would have been an amazing level for CCLP1. I would have given this a 5, hands down. Sadly, it didn't happen because it couldn't get into the voting, but under the rules we established. But anyway, hopefully for CCLP4, because I can totally see this in CCLP4. I mean, this is the sort of level we need more of. Simple, it has a great concept. It knows how far to take itself. It knows how rigid it needs to be. I wouldn't mind a little bit more rigidity though. I can see a little bit more rigidity happening, but it's great as is. Okay, there was like some stuff down here that we missed. Oh yeah, Myst. Speaking of Myst, this past weekend was Mysterium 2014 in Spokane, Washington. For those who don't know what Mysterium is, it's basically like the annual Myst fan convention. Kind of like, Trekkies have their conventions. Well, Myst fans have their own conventions. And, okay, I take that thing back about the rigidity, because I think it really helped here to have all these walls. And anyway, the game that Cyan is working on now, called Abduction, which looks amazing, by the way. They released some of the first screenshots of it, and it looks fantastic. Like, oh, man, the graphics are just... Oh, I keep turning the volume down. The graphics are just phenomenal. They're out of this world. It's going to be a great game, and this is going to be a great level if I stop failing at it. So let us not fail. This level, I remember this was submitted for CCLP1. Okay, I think I see what I need to do here. So the trick behind this level is that you do things one way when you're going a certain way, and then when you come back, you do them a different way. Which is a pretty neat concept. I really like that idea a lot. And I may have just totally messed this up, because... yeah, I don't think that's what I was supposed to do, was it? Okay, let's start over. Yeah, I was just getting too caught up in that. Okay, I need to blow those bombs up. Somehow. Okay, maybe I'm not supposed to use a cloner. Maybe I'm supposed to go down here. But... I would need to have flippers, and I would also need to have no chips left in order to use that socket. Okay, so I'm missing something. So is there a chip that I'm supposed to get that I'm just not seeing? Hang on, let me just look around. Okay, that's a cloner. I don't think... yeah, I mean, that's gonna trap you, so... I have to go through here. I mean, there's no other way. Yay, I've forgotten how to do this already. Nothing else over there that I can see. Yeah, what am I missing here? I must be just blind. Okay, I can't run back in time. Not that that would have really made a difference. I don't know what I was thinking with that. Okay, there's gotta be a way to do this. I can't use the blocks to blow up the bombs. If I could, this would be different, but I can't. Okay, I had to do it this way. There's no other way to make this work. And there's nothing I can do with that, so I'm left with no option but to open this up. But what can I do with this? There's nothing I can do with this, right? Yeah, I'm not seeing what I'm supposed to do with that. Very, very curious. See, the tank button doesn't affect anything, at least not to my knowledge. If there was a way I could just get back using no recessed walls, that would be great, but alas and alack, I can't do that. You know, I wonder if Josh changed something in between the CCLP1 version of this, like the one that was used for submissions, and this version. I had to wonder, because I don't recall having this much trouble when I was testing the levels out. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to look real quick and just check up on that. I'll be right back. Alright everybody, so as it turns out, this level was completely unsolvable in its previous state, but now we should be good to go. Josh added a thin wall here, which will allow us to actually clone blocks that will, or push the clone blocks to the bombs. That was what we needed to do, and I thought that was what we needed to do, but there wasn't a way to do it last time, so now the path's open, and we can finally get up here, which is great. So, I gotta admit, this wasn't exactly one of my top picks for CCLP1, mainly just because it is a little bit rigid in places, and... oh, pearl dive. See, like, stuff like that, you know, like, that's kind of a pearl diving type thing from CCLP3. I didn't really think it was the most beginner-friendly thing in the world. I mean, I think it's awesome, don't get me wrong. I mean, personally, as a veteran, I think it's amazing. And I wouldn't mind seeing this sort of thing in CCLP4, but for CCLP1, I just didn't feel right voting it a super high score. But I still like this level, though. It's really cool. the whole idea of just going a certain direction, or going one way when you're going a certain direction, what, you know what I'm talking about, going through one way a certain way and then going the other, yeah, okay, I'm not even going to get into that. But anyway, that idea is awesome. So let's see, I have to go here. I guess on the way back I'll have the green key, and then let's see, this, do this here. Okay, so I'm gonna need to, wow, yeah, this is it kind of reminds me a lot of creative one-ways from CCLP 2 in some ways, except in a lot of respects I like this level more. Okay, wait, I can just go right through here now. Pretty cool. And we can circumvent those teeth, and I won't be able to exit that way, so that's a bummer. Okay, is that correct? Oh wait, I have to block the clone machine with this. That's what I had to do. Okay, that was stupid. I don't know why I didn't do that first before going further like that. But yeah, you see what you have to do there. I kind of wish there was a failsafe for that part, but I mean, I think the level can do without it. It just would be kind of cool if there was a water tile, you know, at the end of that path that you could theoretically make, in case you just happen to do things in the wrong order like that. So I think after looking at these levels and where they're placed in the editor, basically what Josh has done is he's interdispersed the JCCLP levels. Okay, I don't know why I did that, but okay. That was dumb, but thankfully it didn't cost us the level. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all those levels in this video. I'm just going to spend a video going through those levels and those levels only. There's, I think, one or two levels, I think one level in particular that I'm thinking of toward the very end that I'll save for later just because it's pretty monstrously difficult. But other than that, I'm going to do the JCCLP levels that are not toward the end in this video, and then I'm going to do the new levels that Josh made to bring this up to 100 in the next video. And then I'm going to do the super hard stuff after that, and who knows how many videos that's going to be. So, yeah, at least 4 videos, I'm thinking, because there's 2 super hard levels that we have to conquer, and I want to make sure that we've got ample time to do them. And I think we've taken care of that, so now we can just race back here like that. Okay, great. So now we can kill this guy. And we can go through here. Do I have to... Okay, there's nothing there. Oh, there's a trap button there. Okay. I think letting go of that stops the walkers from coming up this way. At least there seems to be a lot less of them now, so I think... Yeah, okay. So if I were to go down there, yes, I can make it back. Thankfully, I can look at that, so that's good. Okay, that could have been lucky timing, but thankfully it was not. And we can exit! Yay! That was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed that. Okay, oil cargo ship. This level was also in CCLP 1 voting, and I loved this one. I wish it did better, honestly. I thought it was a really cool design and stuff. So what you have to do is you have to slide these on here, then get out of the way when you release them. And basically you just use them to blow up the bombs and stuff. Pretty cool. You have just to be careful with how many you use so you don't run out. But other than that, this is a pretty easy going level. I mean, there's really nothing too crazy going on here. And you know what? I'm cool with that, because it's always good to take a break from crazy. Okay, let's bring you down over here. We can blow this up. And then we can use these two up here at the top for, or these three up here for these chips. And everything should fit perfectly at this point. I mean, we shouldn't have any issues. Oh, don't forget these. There we go. I just love the design of this thing. I mean, it just fits so well. I mean, the aesthetic is perfect. The fire just looks cool. I know Josh loves fire a lot, so that's always nice. And the key thing at the end, thankfully this is not too bad. You just have to make sure you find the area that has one of every key, which is this one here on the left. And here we go. Oil cargo ship is solved. Okay, the next one is 63 hours of frost. Now this level was originally in JCCLP and it was called 61 hours of frost because it was level 61, but now it's level 63. If you recognize this level's layout, then kudos to you. All blue walls are solid. Was that what it said? All are real. Okay, close enough. So level's layouts. I can't say that I do. Is this like ice death related? I don't think it is. By layout, does Josh mean where all the walls are placed? Or does he mean something else? Yeah, I'm not really recognizing this. This is not familiar. Yeah, where in the world is this from? Like, is this from another video game, maybe? Maybe that's it. Or maybe it's the directions you have to go. Maybe the layout is referring to, like, what keys you have to press. No, that can't be it, because, I mean, there's several different forks, and maybe this is, like, a smaller scale version of something much bigger? Okay, how do I get up there? Okay, I think I have to go this way. There you go. Yeah, maybe this is a smaller scale version of a bigger level. But I don't see what level that would be. I mean, this is pretty massive, so... I mean, it's not massive like 32 by 32 massive, but it's big enough that you really can't scale it double size, so... Yeah, I don't know. If it's another level by Josh, then I'm not recognizing it. But anyway, we've beaten it, so that's cool. Toggle Lock Factory. This was also a level from JCCLP that was in CCLP 1 voting. And that is bad. So that is for the ball here to go through only. And that ball is cloning the, or toggling the toggle button. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just mangling everything tonight. But I don't care, because I'm having a good time with this. This is a lot of fun. So I'm kind of curious, because Josh has not put any of the new levels that he's made before anything that has been in the set so far, before he added all this stuff. I had to wonder, are all those levels supposed to be really difficult? Because if so, then this may take quite a few videos. We don't know. Also, I gotta admit, I voted this level in CCLP 1 a pretty fair rating, but I held back from voting it really highly because of these balls. The balls just get really, really irritating to deal with. And, I mean, theoretically, yes, you can kind of study what rows and columns they appear on, but there is still that element of unpredictability that makes it feel kind of like, you know, luck-based timing. So, I mean, I know technically it's not, but to a beginner it does feel that way. You know, it's really interesting. I've been watching a lot of the reviews for Chuck's challenge, and interestingly enough, and much to my surprise, there has been quite a few people who have praised the fact that there's hardly anything relating to dodging in that game. I mean, yeah, there are some dodging challenges, but compared to the original Chips challenge, there really isn't that much in the way of dodging. It's mainly puzzle stuff. And you know what? I'm okay with that, but I do wish they had more open levels, like I had mentioned in my little review video of that game. But a lot of people don't really seem to like the dodging levels. They love the puzzles a lot. I guess in some ways, you know, because the game focuses more on puzzles, you know, it's been able to cater to that specific audience a lot more. So as far as reaching a target market is concerned, you know, it makes sense from that perspective. But it would have been nice to have more variety. Still, you know, it is interesting to watch people's preferences. So it is for that reason that I haven't really been making like a ton of dodging levels for my next level set. Yeah, that has been something I've been doing lately, is I have been working more on my level sets that I'm trying to build for CCLP4 voting and beyond. It's called JBLP2, and it includes mostly new levels. There's a few levels that appeared in CCLP3 that I'm including here, that are some of which are revamped, some of which are levels that appeared in my old JL1 sets. But I'm kind of scrapping JL1 and I'm creating a JBLP reject set that will have a lot of the levels I didn't include in the JBLP canon, basically. But it's going to be good. I think it'll be a good set. I don't know where this last chip is. Is it? Did I miss it in the beginning area? Because if I did, then I'm going to be mad. Oh wait, no. It's probably down here. Let's go down here. Because we got all the red keys, right? I don't think there was any red keys in that center room. Okay, I hope switching the tanks was the right choice. Let me just take a peek. Okay. Looks like the toggles aren't going anymore, so that must mean that the ball died. Maybe that's what the tank... Yeah, because the tank was in the water. I do remember that. Okay. So I believe we can go back. We just have to be careful not to bump into that. There we go. Alright. That wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Still a good level. Not my favorite, but it's a good level. Oh, going underground. Oh, I love this level. Okay. This level made it into CCLP1. Whenever I Let's Play CCLP1, I'll do it. Yes, you have to deal with the walkers. Lucky for you, there's a few water holes here. I love this level. It was one of the top-rated walker levels. It was one of the top-rated melee levels in CCLP1. It is, I think, fantastic from an aesthetics point of view, from a design point of view, from a gameplay point of view. I think it's great in all those respects. It did very well in voting compared to other walker levels. Surprisingly, it's not that bad to optimize. The MS routes can be a little tricky, luck-wise, but Link's is definitely not bad. It's a fun level. I enjoy it. It's cool. And the fact that you can kill off the walkers, that is great. I really do appreciate that. I mean, if you're not going for an optimal time, it is nice to have that sort of provision there. It is good. This part's a little iffy, but it still works. Thankfully we survived it, which is good. Now we just gotta survive this. Okay, I think we're pretty close to getting everything. There's just these 3 chips left. Okay, good. We made it. Okay. Now, the ending's been changed. Used to, there was a bug here circling around, but now there's just a walker, which, you know, I actually like that better. Because the bug could be a little bit tricky to dodge, but the walker, not only do you have to not worry about waiting, but you can just walk right through. I guess that's the same thing. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, we're going to continue in the next video with Midnight Chardonnay, because this level is completely unfamiliar to me, so this is going to be the first of the new JCCLP levels, but the new JoshL5 levels. So in the next video, we will start these new levels, and we will catch up with you guys then. So, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, and I will see you on the flip side. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you then. Take care, everybody. And I'll see you next time.